Okay, welcome back. I thoroughly enjoyed delivering our workshop at the ACT Business Managers and School Support Professional Development Day. Thank you for being there. And if you didn't attend and you're getting this as a link because you attended one of my other workshops, well, welcome, and please consider this a little bonus on organisation to be more productive and get time back and be less stressed. So one of the things we covered was organizing your workspace so you could free up your mind space. And this is very much to me about thinking about like being an artist. This idea that when you're working, you need what you need to hand. If an artist was to pick up their paintbrush and it wasn't clean, it'd be taken out of the process of creation. If an artist couldn't find the paintbrush or the right coloured paint in that moment, you might have 15 minutes to get something done, or you just can't do it. So it's similar with working. We really need to have what we need to hand. And one of the big places this is with email. So I'm going to go through a set of email tips. You'll get the first one today and you'll get the others over the next few days. So here's an email setup. We talked about organizing and collecting everything. Now, this doesn't just apply to email, but with email, the classic, of course, is your inbox. And your inbox is a collection point where email comes in. You don't get a lot of choice of what goes into your email or into your inbox. They just turn up because someone else sent them. That doesn't mean they're not important, but having captured them, we now need to process them. And to process emails and to have an empty inbox, which is possible for even someone who's getting more than 100 emails a day. But in fact, the more emails you get, the more it's important to process it. Otherwise, it's overwhelming and there's a very good chance you'll miss things. So there's two aspects to processing. One is you need a place to put things, and the second is you need to be able to remember where you've put them. But you don't need to remember every day. You need to remember at the moment that you need to work on them. So let's first of all cover off tip one, which is the world of homes, places to put things. Now, depending on your job, you may or may not need all of these. Further, these places may not need to be Outlook folders. These could be in OneNote. For some people, it's a piece of paper, a notebook, a Word document. So my point here by drawing them up in Outlook is not that they have to be Outlook folders, but you need to think about what works for you and customize this. So let's have a bit of a think. One, if you've got a lot of emails and you know that beyond a certain point, for those of us, and I've been there, who end up with 500, 1,000, I've worked with people with 30,000 emails in their inbox. Beyond a certain point, everything is really an archive, and you can get rid of that or move it into what I'm going to call your just in case folder. But once you get down to the last month or so, you may actually need to process them. So if you want an inbox, an empty inbox, first of all, get rid of everything. And by get rid of doesn't mean delete, it could mean archive. You'll get a set of emails that are left, but maybe we're going to call this your backlog, and you're going to need to deal with those over the next few days or a week if you haven't got time to do them all at once. So perhaps use a backlog. This is my generic sharing account. Sometimes I work with this with executives who have an EA, but if you are an EA, your exec may have an EA to action folder in their email that you're monitoring. So the great thing about that is if they have got that, it's very important that you go to this processes and set this up that just shows the total number of items, whether they've been read or not. That way it's like your own, it's another inbox for you. You just see if there's anything in there and away you go. For some EAs and execs, just adding that in makes a huge difference. Just in case, this is for, when you just don't think you can delete it, but you don't think it's worth filing, so it sits in your inbox. That's for just in case. We all have meetings. Where do you keep things for your meetings? We want to speak to people. Instead of going off and interrupting them and distracting yourself, where could you save up the things you need to speak to? Whether this is for your senior teacher, your principal, or a colleague, start collecting up conversations. I need to talk to John about that. I need to talk to Jill about that. Capture them. Don't forget them. Might not be an Outlook folder, but make sure you've got them. Waiting for, this is the world of where people owe you things. You've asked them to do something you need to remember. You're going to need that. You're going to need somewhere to put work to do that's scheduled, because you need the reminder. You need a reminder in a calendar or calendar system. And of course, we've got the conventional filing, which is around your projects or key responsibilities. And this is where people normally file, but they often forget these workflow things. And the point of the workflow is stuff comes in. You might need to think about it. You might need to talk to someone about it. You might ask someone to do something. You get it back and then it's finished. And it gives you a place to put those other than in your inbox. So we talked about do it now, decide now. This idea that there's only 8 things you can do with an email if you're not going to do it now. So if it's less than 2 minutes, yes, I could do that in 2 minutes. I could go and do it, just have a look at my screen, and then it's done. Where do I put it after it's done? In this case, I don't particularly need to keep it, but I'm feeling I don't want to throw it away, so I'm going to pop it in my just in case folder. Just dragged it over. But if we're not going to do it now, we ended up with 8 decisions, wasn't there? There is delegated. That means it's someone else to do it. You need to ask your principal, or you're asking a colleague, or you're asking a staff member. So that next logical step is someone else is going to do it, and I just need to remember when to get it back. I might just delete it. Yep, Powerful Conversations work from Ian Higginbottom. Oh, I'd love to go, but no. I might need time. I need to do some work on this. I need some information. What am I going to do? So this now belongs in my work to do in some way. But one way to do this is we could add it into my calendar. So to do that, I'm going to hold down my right mouse button. You can't see it, but I'm holding the right mouse button, and I'm going to drag it over to this calendar icon. And just the way the video is, you can't see it, but it says here, move as appointment with attachment. So I'm going to pick that. It's now opening up a calendar. Oh, let's just get that down here. Here we go. It's opened up a calendar entry for me. Now, if I have my calendar open, I'll be able to have a look. I'm going to decide to do this on Tuesday at 12:30. But notice, the actual email is in here. It's ready to go the moment I need it. So I can save and close that. And if I flip over to my calendar, and go to next Tuesday, there it is, info for you, ready to go. Now, this idea of the drag and drop, sorry, with the right drag, it's a bit painful. A much easier way to do this is come up to your home screen. I would pin your ribbon so it doesn't collapse. I just can't say how to do that at the moment, but we can do that. And you'll see over here it's got move, and you could just move it to the calendar and the same thing would happen. But notice, I already did an earlier email into just in case. Well, that's there as well. You're going to get your last 8 places you've moved things to. So it's very simple to move into the calendar, move into Just in Place, move into a folder, move into my CCs, move back to the inbox. Very fast. Similarly, if I want to use tasks, we could do that. What was our next D is batching things up, doing things routinely. So this was the world of what do you need to capture, what do you do weekly, monthly, regularly that you can get in your calendar and anticipate it. If you know you've got someone who asks you for a report and they tend to do it at short notice on a Friday and that stresses you out, okay, make a note. Jill asked me for reports late. If I anticipate that, I can get the things together. So you can put it in and have it in your calendar ready to go. Where's my calendar? So I might have a recurrent meeting or a meeting on Friday at 9 a.m. Jill's report, because even though she hasn't asked for it, I know it's going to happen. Similarly with batching things up, if you do things like invoices, for example, collecting them up, doing them all at once, just makes sense. We also went to filing, deposit it. That's easy. It belongs in a particular file. It's in project 1. It's done. Now, of course, if it's not worth filing in a specific project, I can just drop it in my just in case file. Very, very, very quick. Do routinely, deposit, develop, that means do a bit of work on it, then do one of the others. And sometimes we need to talk to someone. Can we meet? Well, that's a classic one. Yeah, when do I want to do it? Let's book a time. I'm just reading that email here. But sometimes it's going, Ian's sort of written me this thing and I don't quite know what I should do. I might need to book a time with him. If it's urgent, I can book it in immediately. If it's not urgent, perhaps I can save it up till we meet next time, in which case I could put it into my speak to area, whether that's a folder here or it's a piece of paper that I make a note on. So that's about it. There's 8 decisions. If you're not, you can do it now if it's quick, and I recommend do it now if it's quick. Otherwise, it's delegate it, delete it, put it in your diary, diarize it, make it a task, designate a task, do it routinely, batch or schedule things, deposit in a file, do a bit of work on it and move on, or you're going to talk to someone about it. And out of spending hundreds and hundreds of hours working with this, no one has come up with anything else that really makes a lot of sense. Do it now, decide now, put it in a way, and make sure you have a reminder so you remember when you need to. So the process for this then becomes read an email, make a decision. Read an email, make a decision. Read an email, make a decision. So this one is going to my calendar. There's a slight delay again. There we go. I'll just leave it there so we can move on. This one I'm going to file, so I'll drop it into my project. This one I need to talk to someone about. I'm going to book a call with them. And you can go through 40 emails in 10, 15 minutes. You've cleared them out of your inbox. Your mind is clear. Then it's return to your calendar. Okay, what's next? I've got to do task 3. And which I've doubled up with check my emails, which I just did. I better check I've done my project update. I hope that's helpful. Homes, reminders, managing capacity in the calendar, and I'll come back with some other tricks later. Go well, be productive, reduce your stress. You work in the schools, your work is important. Thank you.